Off two, I should say.
Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte just behind them. This would be for 6th and 7th place. Ooh. Good thing we didn't have one of those side mount cameras on those cars.
You see Joe Nemechek of the 25 car down on the bottom of the racetrack. He was on the outside the last time when Bill Elliott had tried to pass him and they made contact. Elliott hit the inside wall. I wonder if NASCAR had called and told him to get down on the inside and let these cars go.
Not that I heard. Of course, you know, he had to go to the inside for the double up on the restart because he's a couple laps down, actually 3 laps down.
So maybe he just has not been able to find the spot where he fits in on the outside line.
Here's Junior working on Jimmy Johnson. Going to be for 5th place here.
Off each other.
Ward Burton just ahead of them, lead lap. 19 car Jeremy Mayfield is not. He's 3rd car 1 lap down in 28th place.
All right, Junior gets it done, gets by Jimmy Johnson.
While we're watching this, nothing's changing up front. Kurt Busch, a couple of car lengths over Ricky Craven, a couple of car lengths over Johnny Benson.
Junior going on the outside of Jeremy Mayfield.
Jimmy Johnson back in the spring race here finished in 35th position. They had a rear gear fail on them. As a matter of fact, the short track races this season have not been very kind to this team. Only 1 top 10 finish in 5 races on tracks less than a mile through this point in the season. But if they can get one today and finish ahead of Tony Stewart, it will have been a very successful day for that Lowe's car. Looking over the list, the only one of the championship guys that have led today, Tony Stewart paced a couple of laps on one occasion, and Ryan Newman led 33 laps very early.
See, DJ got some smoke in that right rear. One of those fenders is revving because I saw some smoke as he goes down the straightaway in that UPS Ford.
NBC tonight on Boomtown. A 30-year-old murder mystery explodes. 10/9 Central, NBC tonight.
I didn't do it.
Looking at a lot of these fenders, Martinsville's been a pretty big boom town today, huh?
Yeah. They can check all they want to, but trust me, I didn't do it. Talking about boom town tonight. So Rusty Wallace gets by his teammate Jeremy, and Dale Jarrett goes down in there, kind of leans a little bit.
And leans some more. Ryan leans back.
And they're leaning some more.
Tempers, tempers. Here comes Mark Martin charging up. He's gotten by Tony Stewart. Mark to 9th.
That was Bob Jeffrey, the spotter for Dale Jarrett. Then go get him, go on.
All that track position the 12 car got, and losing it quick.
2nd place, Johnny Benson trying that outside lane.
And it works.
.55 laps at Martinsville go by in a hurry, though. He better get on his horse and crack the whip if he's going to catch Kurt Busch and have a chance to try and do something with him.
Well, he was quicker that last lap, even passing Craven. I mean, he's running that higher line.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to let you know that they're hoping that the the 97 will come back to them. That the 97 will use up his tires before the 10.
There you see the 19 car Jeremy Mayfield. This morning, we had a hurry-up offense to try to get this show on the road because there was a threat of rain. These guys in Kansas, the Dew crew in Kansas, had a pit stop of $12.95. So I gave Jeremy's crew my $700 donation. But the best part, Jeremy donated 700, and Evernham donated 700, and some guy in Pennsylvania sent him a $700 gift certificate. So it was a good day for the Duke crew till the race started.
$2,800, and I know how to count money, Alan. I know how to do that math.
Marty.
Yeah, but BP, I think most of your money is already gone, believe it or not, because these guys are located right in front of the hot dog stand at Martinsville, and they spend it all on hot dogs here at Martinsville. Can you believe that?
At least they got something good for their money.
There you go.
Martinsville Speedway hot dogs, well known throughout the Winston Cup circuit. All right, down to 50 laps to go. Let's take you through the field one more time and set up this final sprint to the finish. Matt's got the leader.
Well, Alan, there have been 10 different winners in the last 10 Martinsville races. Kurt Busch would like to make it 11. Jimmy Finnig, as crew chief, knows the way to victory lane. He won here in 2000 with Jimmy Finnig. Right now, they're just hoping to hold on and take home this trophy, Bill.
Last stop for Johnny Benson. 4 tires, no changes. Crew chief James Ince has asked not to be disturbed during the final 50 laps. He and his driver are focused. Dave?
Ricky Craven thought he might have to try to work that outside line because late in the run he got tight and couldn't run the bottom line. We'll see if he moves up that way to try to win this race. Bill?
Car on the last run as good as it's been all day. They're hoping that it stays that way and gets even a little bit better. They know Wimmer won the Busch race in Memphis. They'd like to make it a sweep on this Sunday for Bill Davis Racing. Dave?
The last time Junior pitted, they made no changes on the car except they changed those 4 tires. His car is tight early but seems to drive great the longer he goes. Bill?
Jimmy Johnson has had a fine run today. Chad Knaus told me they've made a number of changes on there, but the reason he's gotten better in the race is because he's getting more experience. It's just his 2nd race on this short track at Martinsville. Rusty Wallace not having the day he was hoping for. Started 5th, still running inside the top 10, but that's not going to be enough if they're going to stay in this championship chase. Just 4 races remain after today. Battling with the 28, Dave.
And remember, they came from 2 laps down earlier, Bill, but on this last round of pit stops, they had a slow stop because they had to get around the 32 car of Ricky Craven. It cost them time and track position. Bill, back to you.
And now the 88 looking at the inside of the 2. No news is good news from Dale Jarrett. He's been quiet most of the last half of this race. Car's good, trying to pick up critical positions here in the closing laps. Matt?
Bill Martin 10th on the grid at the moment. He's 3rd in short track points, 3rd in the point standings entering Martinsville. Working on his 4th top 10 in the short tracks. Right now the car is very good. No adjustments on his last stop, just 4 tires. Marty?
Well, Matt, early on, Tony Stewart looked like a rocket ship, but now he's back in 11th. If you're wondering how he got back that far, 19.6 on his last stop. They've been struggling with forward bite or lack thereof all day.
So championship contenders of the top 5, Johnson, Martin, and Newman, all running in front of Tony Stewart now. Rusty Wallace is also, but he is fading here a little bit into the closing laps. And don't forget that Jeff Gordon had his problems earlier at lap 250. If you weren't with us, he got squeezed into the wall by Jeff Burton. He's 3 laps down in 40th place. Told us at the top of the show, needed to do something spectacular today. That was not the spectacular he had in mind.
While they're just looking on the scoring monitor here and seeing that Ricky Rudd looks to be the fastest car on the racetrack right now. The car's in the top 7, but Wally, I don't think he's got enough time.
Now, he's about a 1/10 of a second lap faster. He had been for about 3 laps, but you're right. That's a lot of ground to make up.
Well, let's check speeds at the line, see how top 10 are faring against leader Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch is doing well so far. Get back to Ricky Rudd, though. He had the second best time, but we see over 6 seconds behind Kurt Busch.
4th place here. Earnhardt Jr. working inside of Ward Burton. A lot of fans on their feet waving red caps around at Martinsville as Earnhardt Jr. makes the pass. Now, your leader, Kurt Busch, is going to catch the tail end of the field here in these next few laps. See if that slows him down enough for Benson to catch up to him and have a shot.
Well, it depends. I mean, if he catches these guys and these guys are racing for position, they're not going to just lay over. So, let's see, 44 is 3 laps down.
and so is the 23 car. So they are racing for position right in front of Kurt Busch.
But the 44 does lay over.
So Steve Grissom giving way to leader Kurt Busch. Jeffrey Bodine. Jeffrey Bodine next in the 23, subbing for Kenny Wallace in that car today.
Here's that Ricky Rudd car that Wally and I were just talking about has caught Jimmy Johnson battle for the 6th position.